Hello, hello. Right, let me just get my overlay working here. Where's my... There's my camera. Right, hang on. Give you a second. Almost there. And have that here as well. No, we're not here. Hang on. Hold on.
That box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Here it is.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Iowa Scotsman, thank you so much for the 59
BB711
months.
beloved.
Thank you so much, Iowa Scotsman. Big shout out to you. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the 59. Right, welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Is that... Hey, what's the camera angle doing here? Hold on. No, that's... Hang on. Can't have that. There we go. Right. So, how have you all been? Nice to see you guys. Hello to Paul. Yeah, I'm going to have a question for you, Paul, in a second. Holger, hello to you. And then we've got Fabian as well. Fabian, wie geht's? Hope the driving to Bremen hasn't been too crazy lately. Ghost, hello. Samaf, hello. Svenja, nice to see you. Wie geht's dir? And Nate, yeah, hope you're doing well, Nate. Greetings to you. And let's see, Lilo, hello to you as well. Greetings. Yeah, so I just heard that fly with Paul. He flew, I assume, VFR. So cross-country. Well, he was in Münster and then also to Bremen. And what's Echo Delta Lima November? Mönchengladbach, thank you. Hey, so the question was, because today, I mean, I went for a nice walk today, you know, beautiful weather but cold, right? And I've applied for my flying club, and almost started to read the regulations there. And today I read that under no circumstances are you allowed to de-ice the aircraft in any way. So you're not allowed to scratch any frost off the wings. You're not allowed to use, you know, hot water or de-icing fluid whatsoever. So if the aircraft is parked outside and you have frost on the wings, that's it. You can't go flying. So Paul, so how do you deal with that? You know, cross country. I mean, sure, if you're flying, right, you probably won't get icing as it's nice, clear, and dry. But how's it for you? Are you allowed to do any kind of de-icing on your aircraft? Luke, hello. Right. What you're seeing here, we are in the briefing room right now, guys. All right. Here's a briefing room. So a little bit new concept there for you guys. And so we are going to go, before we get out to the aircraft, we'll finish everything regarding the briefing today here in the briefing room. And then we go outside to the aircraft and then just go about normal things, prepare the aircraft for departure. We are already on VATSim. I can see that we have ground, we have Vienna approach, and
hello, Black
hey, Brennel,
Box.
wie geht's? Yeah, and today, while Brennel is here, yeah, today we're doing 2 flights. So we're flying from Vienna to Tivat. Tivat, of course, weather is good enough for a circling approach there, as always. And then the second flight today will be the FENIX A320 flying on the Ecuador tour. We're flying from Mantilla Airport to Bolivar Airport. That is the third last leg on the tour there. Also about an hour flight time, so not too bad. Okay, so you do have de-icing fluid, Paul. Oh, interesting. It's a pressurized bucket with, I guess, alcohol, some sort of chemical. Nice. Okay. Well, it's probably going to be glycol, I would assume, Paul. Interesting. Yeah. So we don't. So our aircraft. So we have 2 Cessnas 172, and they are going to be parked in the hangar. But you know, if you go fly somewhere and the aircraft is outside, then that's it. You just cannot go flying if you have frost. Hey, Maf, nice. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome aboard the Captain
There it is.
Black
It took a while there, so Baf,
Entertainment Experience.
for the
New subscribers should
update
now
message.
pick up their pass to first class. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so Maf for the...
Aberfowl, BB711 Nogame BB711 Warnen.
Thank you so much. Thank you for those 2 months. So Maf, I hope you're doing well. I'm just going to get rid of these stairs here. Where's my stairs? One left. There we go. Get rid of that first of all. And then I want to have the... Oh, that's interesting. I'll show that in a second, guys. But first we'll go through the briefing here. Hey, Fishcup. Yeah, Fishcup. So I'm going to try to get everything sorted out with my license by the time we have the option to go to Lelystad. But I'll talk to you about that anyways. Because we have to have a plan B, right? Because if the weather is not VFR, then we've got to take a car anyways, right? So yeah, we'll discuss that privately. Cargo pilot, hello to you. How are you? I like to use windshield deicer. Use some car. I would have to check because right now it just sounded like any type of icing on the aircraft airframe, which would include the windshields, would be a no-go, right? Okay, so Fishcup says as well, yeah. So if the icing fluid would be needed, we're not allowed to fly under any circumstances, right? If it's orange liquid, I guess that's going to be type, could be type 2. Interesting. Although no, disregard, type 2 is for jets. I mean, no, forget about it. It's probably just going to be some mixture. Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Yeah, but that's the difference between, IFA flying and VFA flying. And then hence that's why it's kind of a little bit more of a challenge to fly VFR in wintertime, right? Okay, guys, fantastic. I'll have a look in a second. Thank you so much. Cool. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all feeling good. And let's get started with the briefing, right? So we have the 737-800 again today. Flying it here from Vienna to Tivat. Just want to try and have another go with it. So the routing is via Asin, then it's going to go via Nalox, Oslo, and then direct Papa Oscar Delta, and from there the arrival. Potorogica, and then we do the arrival. Probably, that's going to take us straight to Olivu, and then Olivu, it'll go into the approach. We'll talk about that in a second. It's now a flight time of 1 hour 10. Oh wow, you flew 9 hours in 3 days. That's good. GG's. Yeah. Hey, Dennis, how are you? Nice to see you. Plan B, keep your HPL and charter a chat. The thing is, so Fishcop, I heard from someone, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Avenger Orion, he lives in Amsterdam, I think, or near Amsterdam. And he said they're planning to station F-35s or something like that. So some fighters at Lelystad, which means potentially they may close down the civil part next year or the year after. So I guess we don't have many more years where we can fly to Lelystad, but we'll see. Good. The order is Dubrovnik. We'll check the weather in a second. We have a trip fuel of about 3 tons. Planned takeoff fuel is 6.4, so block fuel will be about 6.6. The weather... Oh, wait, yeah, you can see that, right? The weather currently... Budapest severe icing forecasted, right? Then we have Vienna... 7 kilometers, 130 at 6. Now, I did check the real world departure arriving traffic, and so they are departing 29 with a little bit of tailwind, and they're arriving on 16. And ATIS here in VATSim says the same, 29 arriving 16. So overcast 700, light snow grill, temporary, -4 degrees. That is cold. That is cold. Tivat, no wind, hence the circling hopefully will go well. Few 4,000, broken 5,300, plus 10 degrees, QNH 1,000. The forecast shows no big changes. Temperature will be remaining the same pretty much, so no frost. Dubrovnik currently 100 at 6, so easterly runway setup, which is good. Sometime prop 30 rain, but otherwise good weather, stable. No threats there. Good. Yeah, regarding departure routing, we do have an art of departure, but I'm just going to check the... so it's not this one. Because even though the first fix is Arzin, last time I remember that we got a different departure route. It wasn't an Arzin departure. It was something else. Was it MCOC or something? Yeah, there we go. So you could theoretically we could get runway 29, the MCOC 3 Charlie, which would go and lead us then to Arzin. So we have to be aware of that. Oh, really? Hang on. You got a PPR slot for Friday, March 20th. What time? Is it time sensitive or just a day PPR? Well, that's cool that you already got that. GG's. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, 9 kilometers fine. I need maybe I don't know. I'll have a look at the charts though. So if you go have a look, airport. So 10 to 12 local. Okay, interesting. Flight time is about what, 45 minutes, 50 minutes? Maybe an hour flight time from Ganakase. Cool. So 10 to 12 local. I didn't think they would be that strict on those time windows. Interesting. So what we would have to fly is like a localized approach and then go circle to land. So you can see here, we need, if we have max indicated airspeed, 180 knots, which we should be able to do. We only need 2,400 meters visibility. 40 minutes. There we go. That's stressful, 40 minutes. We're going to go through so many different things there. We've got to call Dutch military as well. Yeah. Well, we got to prepare. We've got to prepare for that one. Yeah, so circle that 2,400 meters, and then we'll see how we can circle that. Yeah, but that should be fine. Yeah, that's VFR. We don't have VFR. Just the localizer 3.2 there. I'll save that. Cool. Good. No, I still Ghost. I had I had to do the CBT, so the computer-based training for that. But I never got to fly there. No, unfortunately not. No. Right. Lol. How is that possible? There we go. All right. Hey Voyager, guten Abend, wie geht's dir? Good. Regarding briefing, any questions on that? I think it's pretty fairly straightforward. I mean, we can go through the taxi out quickly. I'll show you where we are parked here. So we're parked on the northern side of that terminal. We're going to have a look at the parking stands here. So I think it's F16, Foxtrot F16 where we're parked. May get pushback blue line. Then taxi out, very likely it's going to be Whiskey or Echo, but usually it's whiskey, and then we go all the way down to Alpha 3, and I guess we're going to do an Alpha 3 intersection departure there. At least we're going to calculate that. Oh, it's pilot on the overlay? What? Hang on. Hmm? Oh, yeah, you're right. Thanks. Good catch, good catch, good catch. Let me change that. That's fixed. Yeah, exactly. So that's the idea, right? That's actually AI generated. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. my first experiments with AI generated pictures there. Crazy, right? Yeah, exactly. BB copyright. Absolutely right. Good. Yeah, so I don't know what else to tell you. Apart from the aircraft is fine, good for service. And so then let me do the following. I'm going to go out to the aircraft. All right, here we are. Now, last time I was able to do this as well with the head tracker. Well, hang on, let me check something here. So let's go here, and then there we go. That is working, right? Yeah, let's see, go outside. Not working outside. Okay, strange. Anyways. Ghost. It did have. They used to have, right? They did have 737s. Probably a long time ago, but they did have it. I'm pretty sure. Thomas, hello to you. It's cool. Right. Without further ado, so what we did do, went through the briefing. We set, I think we set 6.6 for the block fuel, right? So once the fuel truck arrives, we'll tell them 6.6. As always, let me have a quick look around the aircraft. So we have, let me try to set the parking brake here. And so we have the start switches off. Oh, let me quick do that again here. Why is that not working? Yeah, windshield wipers are off. We have the radar currently, well, probably off. That should be in here. And landing levers down, flaps, slats, all good. So let's go ahead and get the battery to on. And we should have ground power. We don't have ground power yet. Why not? Why is there no ground power? Ground power, ground services. Oh, it doesn't work with GSX, does it? Good. Right, we're gonna wait for the ground power to be connected. There it is. And I'm gonna start up the aircraft. Just have a quick look around here. I'm gonna check the over panel here as well. I'm gonna put this to nav. Airspeed Mach. It's gonna take a few seconds for that system to activate. Not yet working, we'll have to do that later. Then ground power 400 Hertz, 115 volts, all good. We have IFE utility on. Let's get the emergency lights armed. Seatbelts on already. That's normal. Oh yeah, and I did see, look at the, oh, it's gone now. We had icing on the windshield there a second ago. But we'll put the window heat on, it's cold outside. Hydraulic remains off for now. The landing altitude is, according to the OFP, 20 feet. We'll leave that as 0. Cruising at 370. You still have icing, Ghost? Okay. Let me just check. You said you are where? Right side, left side? Which side are you on? This side? Is that you? Tap? Or this one? Hey Alex, Gute. Yeah, that's true. That, I mean, the I don't know when exactly the Austrian got rid of their 737s. Must have been ages ago, but I'm pretty sure I did see that livery not that long ago, like 5-6 years ago. Oh yeah, behind me. Okay, hang on. Ah, that one there. Excellent. Nice. Cool. Excellent. Alrighty. So let's have a quick look if we can get the stall warning test now. No. Does that need alignment of the IS? Could be. Good. AP bleed is off. Packs are off currently. Gonna get the nav light is on steady. That is all off. Fantastic. Let's do that. And before we get programming into the FMS, just to check the panel here, make sure the transponder is off. Why is that showing? Huh? Oh, transponder standby. There we go. Yeah, we don't want to get told off by ATC. Right. Good. Oh, okay. Excellent. Right, let's get cracking into the FMS here. So I want to go to FMC. We have a good database. I did update today. And then we're going to get the position in it. So first of all, we're going to go to page 2 for the GPS values. These are the most accurate ones. So now let's go and have a look here on the EFB. We're going to get the data from SimBrief, and there we go. That's the routing. I've got to go through Hungary. And then part of Croatia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Montenegro, and then the approach there. Good departure weather. Still okay. Oh, it's getting worse now. 5 kilometers. -4. So, strictly speaking, hey Dave, I'm gonna try. The question is, no, it's not implemented yet, is it? Request. No, so that's the problem, isn't it? There's still no CPDLC, which I find kind of strange, to be honest. Like, yeah, we've got to get clearance. Yeah, that is weird, to be honest. As far as I know, I don't even know. Has anybody seen anyone doing CPDLC here on the? Alright, let's do the detector test here. Overheat test. So the squib test. Overheat detection. Oh, we can that's both. Overheat, maybe. Is it D-Link? Hang on. Yeah, but no, you cannot select that. Yeah, no, you can't select that. Yeah. Yeah, it has ATC as well. You can get into that menu. Clearance. Yeah, but you just can't get into that. Yeah, strange. Weird, isn't it? Good, let's do flight plan request sim brief. Yeah, I'm going to quickly set the payload, set the fuel, and select the routing. Since GSX integration isn't that good, so 6.6 tons of fuel is good. That's what we wanted. And we've got a zero fuel weight of about 59 tons. So here comes the routing. Load. Let's have a look. Electronic flight bag, settings. Yeah, it is. So it does have a hobby code, but that's a general menu. I think it's also for the 777. Let me know if you know anyone that has seen it on a different stream. Let me know, please. Yeah. Same thing. Log on status doesn't give you the option to log on. One test still not working. Okay. The aircraft is a line. That's weird. Yeah, Nate, I totally agree. I have difficulties as well trying to keep track with everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Captain Black Box infotainment experience. New subscribers should now pick up their pass to first class. Thank you.
That is
Evening.
Good evening to der echte Drehstuhlpilot. Wie geht's dir? And oh, it's snowing now. We've got to de-ice the aircraft. Crikey. Vielen Dank for the 4 months in total. Good evening to you. Right, 1004 it was, right? Oh, sorry, 1003 even. Okay, 1003. Good. In this case, let me get ground 1216, and then we're going to pick up the clearance. And as always, appreciate feedback if the ATC is too loud or too quiet.
Victor Tango Roger, then take full length, please.
That's a bit quiet, isn't it?
Ground quality Lima Alpha, if you clear us for push and start.
It's also quiet.
AFM, push and start approved, facing east.
So this push and start approved, facing east. Quality Lima Alpha.
That's better now, isn't it? Yeah. So we have information Delta. Now, regarding the departure routes, let me get the list up here, SIDS. So we have, yeah, like I said, we do expect anything like
Bravo, Papa Mike, 811, request push start.
The ASDIN or the MCOC departure.
Bravo, Papa Mike, 811 again.
Yes, Boris sounded
I was requesting push start, but I realized I hadn't set my squawking QNH, so I'm doing that now. Bravo, Mike 811, Roger, push and start approved, facing east. Push start approved, facing east, Bravo, Mike 811.
Servus Wien, namnt die Austrian 711.
Number 2 Victor Tango, contact Tower, 11904.
Tower 11904, looking for 2 Victor Tango.
Alright, I've got to disconnect quickly and do push to talk. And then you see the Bravo throttle quadrant now is giving me those push to talk buttons, which is kind of annoying. And then so that's why I had to log off, otherwise I blocked the frequency. There we go, now I've got it. Connect. Do you know where the ice at Vienna? Yes. Either at the position here or they have, not far away from here. Let me get to the tower view. Hold on. There we go. So, you're parked here, Ghost, and the icing would normally be done.
Und grüß Gott, Kunde vor
It's
Alpha
either
Yankee,
here or here.
correction, Kunde vor Alpha Juliet, Stein Charlie 38, Info Delta Request Current Frankfurt.
Kunde vor Alpha Juliet,
Hey, John.
Frankfurt, Lugem und Charlie, climb 5000, squawk 1000, QNH 1003.
Kunde
Yeah,
vor
no,
Alpha
I mean for
Yankee,
VATSim, yeah, yeah.
Juliet,
Exactly, also
Frankfurt,
Hobby.
1 Charlie, climb 5000, squawk 1000, QNH 1003.
Kunde vor Alpha Juliet, for my confirmation, confirm Lugem und Charlie.
Lugo Charlie, Kunde vor Alpha Yankee.
Kunde vor Alpha Juliet, thank you, read correct.
On main servos to the Austrian 711 information Delta requesting clearance to Tivat, please.
711 Servus, get Tivat, R7 Charlie, climb 5000, squawk 4535, QNH 1003.
Roger, QNH 1003 cleared to Tivat. Climb 5000, squawk 4535. And say again the departure route, please.
Of course, it's
Welcome
R7
aboard
Charlie,
the
Alpha
Captain
Romeo,
Black Box
Sierra
Channel
India,
subscriber
November 1 Charlie.
experience.
ASIN 1
For
Charlie
new
departure.
subscribers,
Copied
please make your way to the
Austrian
first
711.
class cabin, where complimentary
711
drinks,
reads the
snacks
correct.
and premium flight entertainment will be
Spin
served.
ground servos auf
Thank
Vienna
you.
600.
And fly with Paul, thanks for the 34.
We
Servus,
say
taxi gate Fox
Zeifu
to
died at a
3
hop
via Delta Lima
site.
and
Time for the
X-Lane
third
37.
half Kappa.
Thank you so
Delta
much for the
Lima,
34.
taxi line 37, stand Foxtrot 23, Austrian 6.
Right. Cool. So, ASIN 1 Charlie, runway 29.
Lufthansa 251 requesting.
Oh god. It was 4535, correct? Why did I clear
251
that?
taxi number 29 via exit 4 and Mike. Taxi point runway 29 via exit 4
So, then we
and
could go
Mike, Lufthansa
to the routing, Papa Oscar Delta, and then departure arrival. Localizer 32.
Quality 60 Alpha.
That was the
ready for
Pod
taxi.
1 Golf.
Quality 60 Alpha taxi to Deicing position
To Delta.
Foxtrot 51
Check
via
that.
Lima
To Delta.
taxi lane 37.
Via
Die Icing position Foxtrot
Olivo.
51 via Lima.
Execute.
And taxi lane 37.
Let's have a look at the routing here quickly. Plan mode. Let's look at Lex page. So there we go.
Request push start at Jan 3 Whiskey.
Jet 3 whiskey pushes approved, orange line.
Approved
So
orange
there we go.
line at
Papa
Jan
Oscar
3
Delta. Then we go to Zorak,
Bravo
Olivo,
Papa Mike 821 with taxi.
onto the
Bravo Papa Mike 8211 taxi holding point runway 29 via Echo exit 24 and Mike.
onto the approach.
Second please, Bravo Papa Mike 821. Bravo Papa Mike 8211 taxi holding point 29 via
Yeah,
Echo
then we close
exit
that.
24.
Execute. And then onto the arrival,
Please
so
see the
localize
exit
approach,
number,
and then in case of a missed approach, the instrument missed approach procedure
Roger,
is
taxi holding point
programmed
runway
as well.
29
Fantastic.
via Echo exit 24 and Mike. Bravo Papa Mike.
So, zero fuel weight, about 59 tons.
Contact tower
Mm.
1194 servus.
The
Contact tower on 119 decimal 4.
reserves 2.2. And yes, I did put a bit of extra fuel in there, just in case we go missed in that circling, so that we have a chance to fly the approach a second time before we have to divert to Dubrovnik. We're going to fly 370 And I can see up there we have a temperature of -61. That is freaking cold. That is very cold. Make it -61. Execute. Yeah, let me get the wind data. So let's get back to the map mode to do that. Route data, and then we do the wind request, and we'll see. Cool. Anything new, guys? Anything that I've missed lately regarding flight simming? I've seen one thing I've seen today is they are preparing Corfu. So Lima India, no, sorry, Lima Golf. I have to see the IKEA code, but we know the Corfu Island. Beautiful, beautiful airport and a beautiful island. So looking forward to that. Really been missing that. Good. So for the descent wind, we go to forecast. Let's load the descent wind. Last time it didn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work this time either. But luckily we have the descent winds here on the legs page there, waypoint list. So I can put these values in here. Oh, they're in. Hang on. That's not much wind anyways. It's not much wind, is it? Nah, it's alright. So cool. Yeah, Lima Golf, Kilo Romeo, Brennel. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. Yeah. Microsoft will be at FS Weekend. Okay. So I guess they may have one of those presentations then. So I will probably be there both days. I'm not sure if we are able to fly there. I'm not sure what the plan is regarding departure on Sunday. I'll have to talk to Fishkop with that. Now, what's wrong with the... No, that's a bit too much. There we go. Cool. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they are going to announce, yeah. See if there's any bigger news in that regard. FMC, let's go there. Next page, cool. Right, that's all filled out. Then the last thing to do really is to have a look at the chart, departure chart, and then so SID the 1 Charlie, ASIN 1 Charlie. Let's try to find that. There it is. So it is an RNAV SID. Requires either GPS or DME update. Transition 10,000 feet. And initial climb was given to us as well, 5,000. I'll dial that into the MCP. So the 1 Charlie runway 291 degree track. I'm gonna add that already in the heading section. And track 1,000 feet. It's not much. That's like 450, 500 feet above the ground. Then we do an immediate left turn.
For Juliet and Charlie 38 ready for push.
Whiskey 296. 375, 370. Bit of zigzag there. And then we go 405. And then to ASIN. Let's check that quickly in the FMS. 296, 375, 370. 405 ASIN. That looks good.
Request access Gen 3 Whiskey and go ahead before Alpha 3.
Gen 3 Whiskey, taxi via Whiskey, hold to Whiskey 4, will call you for intersection.
So, 296.
Can you repeat for 3 Whiskey?
Yeah, 375, 370. Yeah, all good.
Will call you for the intersection.
Stefke, hello to you. Wie geht's? How are you? And last but not least, let's... oh yeah, and I'm not going to dial in any... well, I can dial in Fishermet here, 10.4.
Portugal 1273 at Foxtrot 12, information Delta, clearance on PDC request push and start.
That's nice. It saw that as a VR automatically there. That's cool. Good, okay. That is that. Let me put It's alright. Terrain, we'll put terrain on this side. Good. Regarding the weather, you can see that it is snowing now. So we are going to prepare for the icing in a second.
Portugal 1273, push the approved blue line.
Push the approved blue line, Portugal 1273.
Yeah, we'll do that before we push back. Oh, nice. You own the Skalaki desktop overhead panel. Nice. Are you happy with the step kit? How is it? Let's start the APU here.
Roger.
Oh, Tower is online as well now. GG's. Nice. Ghost, no, but I think it's fairly straightforward. You can close the valve manually here if you want to. Just don't think if it's such a big deal here. So what we definitely want to do is we definitely want to have the packs off. That's for sure. Excuse me. You love the Skalaki overhead panel? Nice. So, right. He probably doesn't realize because he is sitting ahead of me. Oh no, he did realize. Fantastic. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, so one of the big issues is, obviously, when you de-ice the aircraft and you spray the tail section, you're going to have fluid dripping down and then potentially getting into the APU air inlet here. So... Yeah, there's no way to close that, right? So either it's going to be APU off or nothing, but if the APU is on, I remember that the icing people, the icing staff, they had the clear instruction not to spray anywhere near that inlet. But yeah, you could have some fluid, you know, running down and then being ingested into the APU inlet. That's a reason why we were not allowed to do a pack on APU bleed on departure, because potentially what could happen is that you could have de-icing fluid getting into the compressor of the APU and then into the bleed duct system through the APU bleed. So that's a definite no-no. So you can either just do a normal pack takeoff, right? So pack on the bleed system takeoff, or a packless takeoff. But you were not allowed to do a pack on APU bleed takeoff when you have de-iced the aircraft, right? Because there's a risk of de-icing fluid being ingested into that. On the outflow valve here on the 737 is also pretty much where the A320 outflow valve is. It's here, right? I don't remember exactly if it's required, but I would say we try it, right? Yeah, we'll close that. That way we could do that manually. Okay. For now, I'm going to put the APU bleed on. That looks good. And so then we'll do one more thing as to calculate the performance. And so let's get that from runway 29. 65.5.
Ground Air Patrol 1273, request action.
We have 103, minus 4, bit of tailwind. Is there an intersection?
Mike, Patrol 273, and correction, we accept half a 3 for firewall.
Roger, I will call you.
How come that? Is there a way to set that to meters in here? Hold on. So, yeah, that is kilograms. Weight unit. At the bottom. At the bottom. Hold on. Oh, okay, sorry. On that many. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Alrighty, so...
Protocol 1273, Alpha 3 approved via whiskey.
Alpha 3 approved via whiskey, Patrol 1273.
Ah, this one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Appreciate that.
Patrol contact tower 94.
So, yep, appreciate that. Defense tour.
Tower 94, servus.
So what we can do, I guess, is shorten the runway there, right? So we can have a look at the chart and then do a little bit of simple mathematics to... Right, so pinned here, airport, here we go, airport, infos. Right. So airport infos. So if we go to runway 29, so full length is 3,500 and Alpha 3 is 3,158. So that's 342 meters, correct? Yeah, 342 meters. Or I could just say that it's a remaining of 3,158.
Whiskey Victor Airbus A320
So that's easy to do. So we have just got a...
Charlie 3 for information, echo equals 5 for clearance to destination.
Runway length 3,158. We're gonna have engine anti-ice on.
Say again the stop
And
the seat, please.
we'll have air conditioning off because yeah, thanks Joost, because we're gonna have the aircraft de-iced. So let's
And
calculate that.
this quote please again.
So we have flaps 5, TO2, 33,
Lufthansa
trim,
5 Whiskey Charlie,
and then we have 38, 41, 46.
10 Charlie departure
So-
runway 29 initial climb 3,000
So
feet
here,
for 6030.
TO2, 33 on the selected.
Initial
Takeoff
climb
flaps
5,000
5.
feet.
From 5.28 is correct, and then we've got 38, 41, 46. And that's pretty much
1194 Air Patrol 1273, have a great evening. Cheers.
finishes our... Oh, flight directors. Finishes our preparations here. No, it's. I don't think it's mandatory. It's advisable though. Oh, really? So, incidentally, it happened at LaGuardia Airport this week. The icing fluid leaks inside Delta aircraft and the passenger gets all soaked. Oh my god, how did that happen? Huh? A door must have been opened.
X-ray with information echo request Alpha to Hamburg.
Yeah, that's a bit strange. Good. We already briefed the departure
Get Hamburg
route.
Airlines to Charlie departure. Initially climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000, Greenwich 1002.
And we did already brief the pushback, probably blue line, whiskey Alpha 3 for taxi out. And departure we've briefed up 5,000. As an hour of departure. Sector altitude all around where we are flying is 4,700. So 5,000. Well, we have minus 4 degrees, so that's about 20 degrees below ESA. That's 8% roughly. So that's about 300 feet. So 5,000. Yeah, I think 5,000 is safe. White area contour 4,000 safe. Yeah, we'll accept 5,000. I'm not going to correct that. For cold temperature, that's fine. Good. Special threats. Well, special, we're going to have the aircraft de-iced. Apart from that, I don't see anything else. So that's unless you guys see something that I don't see. If you do see something, let me know. As always. Lima, Yankee, Tango, Victor, and checklist 737 normal. That reminds me though. So we have NADP 2 and engine failure is 2,100 feet, 80 Fox Mike Delta left, Whiskey 951 and hold. So on page 2, takeoff page, acceleration height 1,000, reduction 1,000, engine out would be 1,500.
It's on your own, just takes you to initiate.
Okay. Let's quickly do a test. Then we're going to read the pre-flight checklist. Oxygen test 100%. Navigation transfer display switches up here. Normal and auto. Then we have window heat on. Pressurization mode selector is currently auto, but we're going to have to switch that to manual to close the valve there at the back. Instruments heading is 201. Looks good with the magnetic compass there. Both sides 201. Altimeter 1003, 610. Park brakes set. Engine start levers cut off. And that's the pre-flight checklist completed. Alright, let's prepare the aircraft for de-icing. Let me get rid of all the release the ground power. Remove the chocks. We're going to close all doors. Arm all doors. Hey MAN, doing well. How are you, MAN? Nice to see you. Where's my chocks? Remove chocks. Come on. There you go. And then lastly, we're going to have the jetway disconnected. It's still snowing. Now we definitely need Type 4 since it is still snowing. And depending on if we had accumulation on the wings, which I can't see here, I don't think it's simulated, we would have the 2-step procedure. But I don't think GSX is actually simulating that, so let's prepare the aircraft quickly. Request yes, de-icing. Okay, so packs off. We want to have the APU bleed off, the bleed switches off, and then we have that manual. And we'll close the valve. You can see the valve indicator closing. And if you ever fly in the wintertime, guys, and you're wondering, you know, when they start the icing, why the air gets so sticky and stuffy in the aircraft, it is because exactly that. They have to switch off the air conditioning and close the valve so that no de-icing fluid gets into the aircraft. And you can see here the outflow valve here is now closed.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
Roger, nochmal auf Nummer 1 Victor, Echo 51, approaching Echo 52 at CDC, request start up.
Type 4, concentration at 100%. I will call you back when ready.
You're doing well, MN. That's good to hear. It's wintertime. Yesterday we were, well, 2 days. Well, we were 2 days ago. We drove to the Harz. It's a little mountain range, about 2 hours drive away from us. And went hiking there. And we had beautiful weather. It was cold but beautiful, really sunny, very nice. Yeah, go some de-icing at the stand. It's not really, well, it's still snowing a little bit, but there's not heavy snowfall or anything like that. So, you know, we will have at least 45 minutes of holdover time, I think. Now, if you're not sure exactly regarding holdover time, let me check quickly. Downloads, de-icing, de-icing, winter ops. There it is. So de-icing, if we go down to holdover times. So we're in the range of -4 to -14, 100%. With light snowfall gives us about 40 minutes. Moderate snowfall will be 20 minutes. So 40 minutes it is. Looking at the time, 1400.
De-icing and anti-icing completed, and de-icing code is fluid type 4. Concentration at 100%. I'm disconnecting. Good day.
Good day. Gonna start the chrono. I'm gonna give myself at least like 3 minutes. I think usually it would be 5 minutes before we'll have to take the APU bleed on again. And that is there to allow the de-icing fluid to run down the fuselage. But in the meantime, let me do the rest of the items here so that we can start the engines. Oh, actually, that goes after start. Clear for hydraulic. Now I'm going to put this back to auto. Now the valve opens. So since you're on the ground, it will open up fully again.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed.
That's the alpha valve now open again. Right, so let's get the transponder on. I still hope I have the right code. I hope I've remembered that correctly. Transponder mode Charlie 4535. Transponder.
Departure check completed. I've been inserted.
Then we've got anti-collision light on. I'm going to put the bleed air on already. Now, whatever we do not switch on the packs again. Very important. So after we have de-iced the aircraft, we do not get the APU. The packs.
One Victor for taxi, Airline 3. We need about 3 minutes until we're ready for takeoff.
And then before starting line, fuel is 6.6 tons. Pumps are on. We have passenger signs on. MCP V2138 heading 291, altitude 5000. Takeoff speeds, we have.
Alpha 3 only 2 via microphones, 1 Victor.
138, VR141, V2146. And CD pre-flight completed, rudder aileron trim 3 and 0. Takeoff, taxi, takeoff briefing is completed. Austrian 7 on 1 stand, Foxtrot 16 requesting push and start.
Austrian 711, push is approved, blue line.
Push approved, blue line. Austrian 711. Good, so blue line. Clear, let's try that again. Why is that so fiddly? Blue line. Safe route.
Release parking brakes.
Oh, hold on.
Ground, Austrian 5 Mike, ready for taxi.
Hold on. I forgot one thing here.
5 Mike, taxi all important,
yeah,
runway 29, aber ein bisschen Mike.
Okay, that's one.
Boarding point runway 29er via Whiskey and Mike, Oscar 5 Mike.
Commencing push.
Good, below the line.
icing
Flight deck
conditions,
door
please
is
stand by for engine
closed
start
and
until push
locked.
completed.
Austrian and X-ray ready for
All
taxi.
doors are closed. And anti-collision light is on. That's the before start checklist.
Cody point to November, Mike,
Yeah,
Austrian
before start
and
checklist
X-ray.
down the line or below the line completed. Right, 3 minutes past. Let's get the APU bleed on. Now they did say we have icing, and so we'll wait for the.
So just so you know, we have a technical problem with our tiller here. We need about 2 minutes to fix. Just you know.
Some people have very loud microphone settings.
Confirm you're holding right now.
Yes, we're holding. We can't turn the tiller.
Okay.
Why is that so loud? Blimey.
Holding shot, Mike, Austrian and X-ray.
Yeah, Ghost, you could get pushback on orange.
You are doing that now.
Try it.
Oh, sorry for that. It was sharp right turn. Sorry for that, Austrian and X-ray.
It should
No
work.
problem.
Ground Lufthansa 5 Whiskey Victor ready for push and start. Charlie 3.
Lufthansa 5 Whiskey Victor, push and start approved.
Push and start approved. Lufthansa 5 Whiskey Victor.
Set parking brakes.
Brake set.
Holding 5-6 Tango, push and
So
start
thrust
approved.
leaves idle. We have good pressure. So we're going to start the left engine. Start valve open. -4 degrees, correct. That's also fascinating, right? The EGT shows the outside temperature. Now it should theoretically it should have that exactly, but the real aircraft, they do have some slight reading errors. So at 25%, here it is, fuel on.
It's Whiskey, give way to company Airbus A320, Austrian and X-ray.
So Ghost did get pushback clearance orange, fantastic. Parallel pushback, nice.
Then 5 Mike, contact tower 1194, bye bye.
119 at decimal forward, set 5 Mike, bye bye.
Nana Easy, contact tower 194, bye bye.
Start valve closed, engine idle value is reached. Start right engine. And in the meantime, we can tell GSX that we have
Ground Austrian 14 Tango with PDC, gate Foxtrot 31, request push and start.
Same picture, or same procedure, 25%, then fuel goes on.
Squawk 0574, thereafter push approved facing east, correction, Austrian 1 flanker.
Today I did make sure that the environmental
Unlocking
sounds
gear.
are at 100%. Okay, that's looking good.
Tow truck disconnected. Light has been removed.
Good, let's do the after start flows. Generators on,
Left is
throat
clear,
heat
right
on,
is clear.
engine anti-ice will go on. And then I'm going to put the APU bleed off. And then we can put the packs on, because now they're getting supplied by the engine bleeds. Those go continuous, APU, oops, APU off, recall check, and then we'll do the flaps 5. Here's the all clear signal, thank you, see you next time. Gonna go with systems, quick flight control check, full up.
But we have fixed the problem. We are ready to continue.
Right.
One Victor continue, holding for
Neutral, rudder full left.
Alpha 329, 1 Victor.
Full right, neutral. And then I will read the before taxi checklist. Before taxi, generators on, probe heat on, engine anti-ice is on, isolation valve is in auto. Engine start switches continues. Recall was checked. Auto brake RTO. Engine start that was idle to 10. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment clear. And that's the before takeoff checklist complete. Let me just get the trim set to 5.25. Trim set as well. Austrian 711 requesting taxi.
711 taxi on point 29 by Whiskey Mike.
Whiskey Mike, holding point 29. Able Alpha 3, Austrian 711.
711, Roger, I will call you.
Good, I'm going to dial up the ATC sound again. It's very quiet. So I am using the Navigraph app here. So Whiskey, Mike would be then the...
Alpha 3 approved, taxi Alpha 3, runway 29 by Whiskey.
Whiskey Alpha 3 holding point 29. Copy Austrian 711. Thank you. Good.
Victor, contact tower.
Let's go. We have right side clear, left side clear. Let's do this. Hey, maybe well, yeah. To be honest, that's one of the very few things I do remember very well. Yeah, I agree. So let's check, make sure that we don't go astray. So the blue line will swerve onto the center line. And then we go right on Whiskey. And Whiskey will lead into Alpha 3.
Everyone, good evening. January 23 Charlie Lima with information Foxtrot mode FSLabs to VATSim.
3 Charlie Lima, get Warsaw, Cockpit 1 Charlie, climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000, QNH 1003.
Clear to VATSim via Cox 1 departure. If you climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000 and QNH 1003 German 23 Salon.
3 Charlie Lima, confirm Cox 1 Charlie.
Cox 1 Charlie, German 23 Salon.
3 Charlie Lima, replay correct.
Ground Austrian 1 for Tango request taxi, we can accept Alpha 3.
So 1 for Tango, taxi to the left, hold at Whiskey, I will call you.
Taxi to left, hold at Whiskey and standing by Austrian 1 for Tango.
You
have to check, I need to reset my eye tracking. What's that for us? Tower 194. Oh, these radio panels so bad. Just really dislike looking down so long. So we're still in Whiskey currently, and once we are on that taxiway now, looking straight down, we'll get to Alpha 3. The taxi checklist, flaps 5 green light. And stabilizer we have 5.25 units.
And ground the center 5 Whiskey Victor ready for taxi and require full length.
5 Whiskey Victor, Rod, 7 Alpha 1.
Forward, good. At the moment, I have no issues.
Alpha 1 runway 29 via Mike, the center 5 Whiskey Victor.
Like 56 Tango, give way to Austin Apps A321, crossing from right to left at taxi lane 36.
Good forward. 34675.
1 for Tango, Alpha 3 approved by Whiskey.
Alpha 3 approved by Whiskey. Can we continue taxi just to confirm Austrian 1 for
Alpha 3 is identified.
Thank you.
I'm going to hold short here. That's a nice Lufthansa Neo.
233 Servus, willkommen in Wien. Taxi gate Foxtrot 165 Delta and Blue Line.
Lufthansa 233, taxi to gate Foxtrot 165 Delta Blue Line. Lufthansa 233.
711 Tower, bomb 194. Servus.
19.4, Dankeschön, tschüss, die Austrian 711. So I'm just going to set my reset button here, so... Reset. Oops. Reset. Air traffic reset. There we go. I don't have. Just check that now. Hold on.
Tower, guten Abend. Austrian 1 for Tango, Alpha 3.
Alpha 1 for Tango, Winter, good. Evening, continue.
Continue, Alpha 3, Austrian 1 for Tango.
Servus Wien Tower, the Austrian 710, Alpha 3 holding short, ready for departure.
Alpha 711, Winter, good evening, wind 15 to degree 6 knots, runway 29, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 29, clear takeoff, Austrian 711.
Lufthansa 1 Victor, contacting radar 134, that's an
cabin crew, prepare for departure, and we did say packs off for takeoff, didn't we? Packs are off for takeoff.
1 for Tango, behind departing company 737-800, line up runway 29 behind.
Line up behind 737 behind Austrian 1 for Tango.
Sector's clear. Elapsed time is on. And I would have loved to set 134675, but I can't do that now. Weather radar is on. TCAS. TCAS on. Alright, let's go. Takeoff.
Airspeed alive.
Thrust is set. 80 knots.
V1. Rotate. Miles to rate.
Gear up. Gear up. Nav, 1,000 feet. Left we go.
Austrian 711, contacting radar 134, that's an 675, enjoy flight, goodbye.
34675, Dankeschön, schon an die Austrian 711. Get some fuel here. Get the aircraft trimmed. Autopilot on. N1, VNAV speed. I'm going to put one pack on here. Then let's have a look down. 34675. Flaps 1. In departure servos, the Austrian 711 passing 2,500, climbing 5,000. Flaps up.
Check on Austrian 711, Wien will contact, climb level 230.
Climb level 230, Austrian 711. 230. Flaps are coming up. Come on. Flaps up. Ah, beautiful. Look at that. Breaking out the clouds. How gorgeous. And yeah, we're not on real time. Hey, Lee, wie geht's? And Lilienthal, hello to you guys. We're not on real time because we need daytime at Tivat to be able to do the circling there. And pack 2. Also going on. Fantastic.
Austrian 9 X-ray, monitor advisory, goodbye.
So we're outside of clouds. No more need for engine ITIs. Engine ITIs off. And Flugzeit, hello to you, 29 months. Flugzeit, thank you for the 29. And Experimental Maid, hello to you. Ramp Agent, hello. Schönen guten Abend. Sorry for late call. And Beethoven, nice to see you. Yeah, we're going to do the Tivat circling approach.
711, clear direct Asien.
Ja, fantastisch. Direkt to Asien. Austrian 711, vielen Dank. So let's go direct to Arzin. Get that in here. Execute. Perfect. Lovely. And Captain Chaos, hello.
Wien radar, guten Abend. Austrian Wolf, Tango 2,500 feet, climbing 5,000.
Good evening. And thanks for the
contact,
76 months.
Climb level 230, Austrian Wolf, Tango.
Can dial down the ATC sound a bit, can't we? And Icebird, hello. Okay, Icebird, okay. I tell you what, Icebird, I'm going to try over the next 2 days. I'm going to try to get the radio panel working. Thank you much, Icebird, for that. I made a screenshot. Yeah. And Mozartkugel, genau, wie geht's? Oh yeah. That's loud though, isn't it?
Lufthansa 1 Victor, Monitor Advisory 2.
Lufthansa 1 Victor, variation and ciao.
And Meg hello to you. Oh, nice. That looks beautiful. That's better, isn't it? It's a bit loud when you're not sat you there. Hey Daniel, wie geht's? So 5150, hey dann. Daniel, willkommen. Yeah. Passing transition, we got standard set. And we'll do the rest of the items. So we're going to switch off the landing lights. Start switches off. The rest is looking good. Cabin is climbing. 370 is the planned cruising level. Lovely. Alex, hello to you. Wie geht's? Beautiful. Yeah, nice. Oh yeah, and I didn't have the camera on because I need to adjust the zoom just a tad. Give me a second.
Zurich 56 Tango, good evening, radar contact, climb flight level 230. Austrian 14 Tango, clear direct A7.
Yes, I'm using the MCP from Wingwing. I saw wing flex there, lovely. Some wing flex action. Has anybody heard any comments from PMDG regarding when they plan to get SEPA DLC working here? I was actually shocked because I'm pretty sure on the 777 it works, doesn't it? I think so. Ghost, you've departed. Fantastic, Ghost. Thanks for flying along. See you soon in Tivat. Flight time is about an hour. Where's my flight plan? So... 15:26. Yeah, pretty much an hour from now on.
Zurich 56 Tango, clear direct A7.
Mr. Bruno Wojciech Disco say you can use it but with Hoppy. Oh, it's like external app. Yeah, but I mean... Yeah, but that's external, right? No, I meant like, you know, through the normal...
711 monitor advisory, Flug, tschüss.
Over to advisory. I'm just the Austrian 711. So 228. Well, Hoppy is the network, so the server through which the communications are going regarding SEPA DLC. So ATC gets connected to Hoppy, you get connected to Hoppy. Yeah, but how? Hang on. How? Because I have entered the Hoppy code. It is there. But I cannot click any of these buttons. They do not work. Oh. We clicked that. Right. Well, we did click that. You saw me click that button. It didn't work on the ground. Blimey. All right. Anyways, it's working now. Next time. Let's do some cinematic views here. So guys, we need to talk. Let me dial down the sim sounds a bit, so I don't have to shout down. Well, actually, we are off ATC here, so let's continue 370. So guys, we need to talk. You know, last time we flew the Zebo mod in X-Plane 12, right? And now, even though I didn't really show it while I was streaming, I was actually really annoyed again by X-Plane 12. The thing is that the performance is still terrible. Then, so the lags, the stutters, VSync doesn't work properly. And then you saw those graphical issues on the ground where it was trying to overlay snow onto the ground, and it's everything's so annoying again. So, you know, I'm really finding it difficult to motivate myself to fly X-Plane, which I would love to do. I would love nothing more than fly more regularly X-Plane, because I think it is, regarding aerodynamics and inertia, the better platform to really feel the simulator, feel the aircraft. But you know, which I'm missing here in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. But in the end, you just have to admit that visually, Microsoft 2024, especially now with DLSS 4.5 and the DLSS and FrameGen looking so nice and running so smoothly, that is enjoyable, I have to say. It's just you know, a joy to watch on the screen, right? And we have many different aircraft now available as well. So from a content creator point of view, I just have to admit, X-Plane really has to quickly, and I mean quickly, improve their platform. Exactly, valid, and that's the thing. So I would say that this year Microsoft will definitely open up the inertia parameters to add-on makers, and that means that they can then finally you know, change their add-ons a little bit so that it does simulate inertia. So what does that mean? It means that you will definitely feel a big difference when you have, let's say you're flying the MD-11, okay? You will find a huge difference then if it's an empty aircraft or if it's a heavy aircraft, right? Yeah, so Microsoft will not slow down regarding, you know, improving this platform, and I'd hate to see it being in a, you know, monopoly situation, right? But the only way I see X-Plane to survive this is to really speed up their development. And interestingly enough, you know things like chase plane. Now we have chase plane in 2024, which I really love because you know these camera setups with the key bindings makes things just so much easier, especially for content creators or for you guys as well. I mean, you know, being able to go have these viewpoints available. And you know, stored, and then you can have community download as well, right? Yeah, valid. That's the issue. That's the thing, right? And another issue I see as well with X-Plane is the sceneries. So I flew to Salt Lake City, right? And the scenery is so outdated, and performance-wise, so bad. Yeah, it just got so many places where it needs to work on. Yeah, Captain Chaos, and I'm not surprised. I mean, you know what, Captain Chaos, I'm actually surprised that 900 people are flying on X-Plane right now versus the 5,000 on 2024. I mean, that's just Steam, right? I would say that there's more people using it probably over the normal Microsoft platform and not Steam. Just a guess, though. Okay, Icebird, you had problems regarding chase plane in VR. Okay. Yeah, so here right now, you know, perfect example, right? I mean, it's so smooth. And I've locked it even to 60 FPS. I'm not even using the maximum FPS I can use, right? 4K, that is 4K. And then if I have my eye tracker, Tobii eye tracker, so if I sit up correctly so that you can see my eyes and my head properly, you know, I can use the head tracking, and it's working nice and smoothly as well, right? No lags. Yeah, so this will hopefully work later on in the approach, which will be great. Yeah, Pizzerish, yeah, I understand that. I understand that X-Plane doesn't have, you know, the amount of developers that Microsoft has. Fully understand that, but just saying, just looking really kind of in a very cold fashion at both platforms right now. And so I'm having a hard time using X-Plane at the moment. Yeah, Nate, I mean, I can only use what I have, right? So right now, you know, if I have to use 2K on my monitor, it looks terrible. I have a huge TV screen in 4K. 2K will look terrible. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely agree. It's also very expensive to invest in both platforms, right? Yeah, Fish Cup. Yeah, absolutely as well. Yeah. So too often, the turbulence feels too scripted, too predictable, and it's too smooth. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how development goes. Ghost, the problem, I would have to check. So I'm doing Restream Ghost. So I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube, right? I have to see if Restream would offer the 2K option for both platforms, that is, right? Because I have a feeling that if you know, one of those platforms doesn't support 2K properly, then yeah, then you're gonna have some people complain because of blurriness, or you know. Flathead Magazine, okay, you like X-Plane because you can use it on Linux. Good point. I don't have Linux, unfortunately, so... Yeah. So how is it running on Linux, then? Would you say it's running better, or...? No, you can. I think you can do 2K on Twitch as well. Pretty sure you can. But the question is the Restream software. So, you know, I'm doing it through Restream. So if Restream allows that, then maybe I can do it. Good. Let me give you guys a quick briefing on the circling in Tivat. And then we can try to figure out if there's a way that we can program something sensible into the FMS. So I know this is a VFAR chart. I'm not using the VFAR chart per se. I'm just saying that I want to have a look if I can at least show you guys. Oops. Show you guys the path I'm planning to fly. Yeah. Didn't we have, guys? I'm a bit confused about the charts here. Didn't we used to have a circling chart on Navigraph for Tivat? I'm pretty sure that we had that. Where's that gone? Right, we've got enough path, 370. Maybe they have discontinued the approach there. However, maybe we're lucky. Maybe we still have something on our Discord. Maybe I did publish the procedure there. Thank you, Voyager. I just read your message, Voyager. Thank you so much. So let me go to my subscriber files. Because then it's going to get difficult to do the circling there. I will do it, but it's going to make things a lot more difficult. Tivat. Don't have that here anymore. Okay, in that case, we'll try to get something sensible working here. So what I'm planning to do is the following. So we come on the localizer, right? It's an offset approach on the localizer. Then at some point we're going to break off downwind, and we're going to go try to be just north of that ridgeline here. And then over the water we go base and we go final. All right. What we do have is we do have a quick a minimum circling altitude. So we know that we have to fly this in 2,000 feet. Right. So category Charlie aircraft there, right? Max 180 knots, 2,000 feet. So for 2,000 feet, and also we know that we have to circle west of the airfield, Right, also says that clearly now. Now, for 2,000 feet, to lose 2,000 feet, we need about 6 miles. 6 track miles, right? Assuming that we want to do about oh, nice, Ghost. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Ghost. Thank you. Yeah, so 6 miles. And if I remember correctly, what we did is we did start the descent a little bit earlier, right? So that's an NDB circling there, NDB circling. Let's check. There we go, that's it. Thank you, Ghost. That's the chart I was talking about. Because I remember that in the... Okay, so Fishcop says the circling approach was discontinued in 2024. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to call it a simple visual circling. So per se, we know that circling is still allowed, right? I mean, it is giving you a circling procedure here, right? So a circle to land. And the only issue is that you're not allowed to do that eastbound, right? So only west part. Aviation driver moin. So I guess they just discontinued the, showing. Oops, that's not the right one. Showing the this chart here, right? But we can still do this. All right, so we could still try to program this a little bit. So what we can see here. So here we go. It tells you that 4 miles of beam, right? So 4 DMEs from the localizer DME here. That arc to the runway is about 4 miles. And that's about 1.5 miles. Now, one thing I don't know exactly is the 4 miles to here. No, that must be 4 miles to the runway, in my opinion. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that must be to the runway. Which means, out of 2,000 feet, we have to start a slow descent, or the 3-degree profile descent here, if we fly it exactly like that. So that's what we plan to do then. So I'll try to program myself some tracks in the into the FMS there. And we have to hurry up to do that. So we already know how to do that in the A320. So let me have a look. Let me go get the runway. Let's go route 2 here. Oh, sorry, let's go route. Route copy. Then we go route 2. Departure arrival. Arrival. Here I'm going to go with runway 14, and we'll do a 3-mile extension. Okay, there's no arrivals, that's good. And then on route 2, I'm just gonna get myself the RX or runway 14. That fix. Then I'll take the fix. And I want to have a 3-mile radius around that. Oh, this we got radial. So it's going to be /3. There we go. So that's a 3-mile radius around the runway. Then I want to have the that fixed there. So that's from the localizer DNE, Tango India Victor. And so outbound it should be 155. Yep, 155. So this time's going to be 155, and we want to have 3 miles. Let's Let's have a look how that looks. Alright, route 1 again. Make sure we're on the right route page there. And then let's dial down the distance time. There we go. So that's it, right? So that's the 3 mile from Tango Indy Victor Localizer Dini. Right, so from there we'll go outbound and hey Cat Meow. Yeah, so the question was the question is those 4 miles, so it gives you a distance of the track. So I was trying to figure out if the 4 miles, if that is to the threshold of the runway, or if it is 4 miles to here, and then another 1.1 miles. And in my opinion, the 4 miles is from here to the threshold, and not to here. I have a feeling that, yeah, so it's 2 miles from here to the threshold, and it's just, you know, a different... So look at the 1.1 miles, right? So take that distance, 1.1 miles, and just put it on here, right? I have a feeling that's like 3 times that distance. So that there would only be 3 miles. I know it's curved, but still, it just doesn't feel like, you know, if that's already 1.1 mile, hard to say. Hard to say. No, the outer. We have to do the outer. You see here it says on inner, it says Alpha and Bravo aircraft. And here on the outer, that's Charlie Delta aircraft. So we have to go 296 degrees there. Yeah. H-Land.
Welcome aboard the Captain.
Exactly. So that's a 4 miles as well. That's 4 miles.
Please make your way to the first
from the
class
localizer DME distance.
Complimentary drinks, snacks, and premium
Right.
flight
So that
entertainment
D4.0 is reference to that VUR there. Or the DME distance from the localizer
Hi,
DME.
how are you?
TV Revenger, nice to see you. Thanks for the 81. I'm doing well. How are you? TV, greetings. Yeah. It's difficult. I know it's a little bit misleading. But I think that's the complete distance. But you do good, TV. Good to hear. But anyways, it's a visual approach. So what we're doing now, we're just trying to get ourselves into a little bit helper lines, right? So once we turn base, we're gonna have to look out for the runway anyways, and determine how high we are in the approach there, right? And then we'll find out. One thing I can do though, yeah, I mean, whatever it is, I mean, in the end, that distance or those distances are only for like, you know, general information. This doesn't give us the option to do anything programming regarding, you know, a VNAV path or anything like that. That's not how it works. So we're gonna have to see and look out the window, look for the PAPI lights, and then go from there. One thing that we can do, we have the distance here on the Fix Info 1 page. So this is always a direct distance to the threshold. So by looking at this, we can already determine then approximately what altitude should be in the circling. No, so it's the approach speeds, Kodama. So it's the approach speeds, I think, was it max landing weight? Something like that. So max landing weight, approach speeds. Hey Senshai, wie geht's? Senshai, did you correct the Vienna EOSITs, didn't you? Yeah, because Brunkendorf is not. Yeah, thank you so much, Senshai. Thank you, Senshai. Big round of applause. Exactly. You call it P-mile dome approach. Exactly that. And that's what it is, right? Now, one thing on what you can do now. So we could take this, right? Normally you could click on that and you would get the information there down on the bottom, wouldn't you? It doesn't work here, which is a shame. Yeah, Beethoven, it is. It is important. So what we could do, you know, this will be a visual aim point as well, right? So this will be like a little lighthouse or something, I would assume. At least it's an obstacle that's lighted. That's 170 feet almost. And if that's the harbor area, and that's a little peninsula there, then we could definitely aim for about, I would say, maybe 400 feet here. And then we have 1.1 miles to the final, to the runway, right? So 400, 450, depending touchdown zone here. So that's another good aim point. Yeah, absolutely agree. Cool. Good. So what we're going to do, we'll take it. So I'm not going to program this part here because I can't take that fixed like I can do on the A320, let's say. But at least I know my turning point now. So at 3 miles, we'll go 296 degrees, roughly, to aim for that mountain ridge here. And then just prior, we'll turn downwind again. And then just before we cross, or just crossing the beach line here, then we'll go into a nice base turn. Try to do that in a continuous turn here. And yeah, aim for the 450 feet here. And then we'll go as well on the fixed page and check our distance to the runway threshold. And then we should be okay. Right, flap setting. I always dislike flap 40 for circling because it needs so much power. So if we calculate our landing performance, so let's go import that and let's go select 1.4. So 62 point, yeah, let's do 62.7 is fine. We'll take that. Landing flap config 30 though. Let me take 30. Air conditioning on, anti-ice off. Let's add 5 knots additional as a buffer. Reverse and no credit. So we'll take automatic 3. The reason is we have to do a backtrack. Okay. So, oh, that's like, look at the wind now. Is that correct? Hang on. Because that definitely then would prefer 1.4. No, there it says no wind. Let's check Tivat weather here. There's no control there. That's Tivat. So there's no ATIS. We have a meta. Yeah, there. Oh, wow. Okay. So, ooh, it's gonna be spicy. Yeah, it's enough. So again, guys, we need. Was it 2,400 meters? We said, strictly speaking, from the approach chart. Let's go here for arrival. So let's go arrival star to delta. Check the arrival in a second. And then we have for the approach the localizer 3-2 approach. And there it says circle to land. Yeah. So 2,000 feet, 2,400. In this case, yeah, I agree, Beethoven. I agree. We need engine anti-ice. So anti-ice engines for landing as well. Engine anti-ice. Aircon on 30 flaps. Let's calculate that. Huh? 12 degrees? Ah, okay, so it's got 12 degrees temperature. Really? No, it's 9 degrees. Yeah, and let's also do no wind there. And hectopascal 1001. I will take 1000. Cool, let's calculate that. Good, so with these values, flap 30, auto brake 3, it says it needs 1740. Available is 2.5. So even if we add 15% with the, so to get affected landing distance, it's still, let's say, below 2,000 meters. So we have 500 meters buffer, so that's fine. Hey, Halen, thank you so much for the Twitch, Twitch Prime.
Black Box infotainment experience.
The start my descent, Vienna path, the aircraft will descend automatically, but we're going to check the chart to see. Once again, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, Halen. $2,000 feet is the minimum. I agree. I agree. I agree. We should also do wet runway. I agree with that. But it doesn't make much difference. Autobrake 3 is fairly hard setting, so you know it's still below 2,000 meters. But you're right, generally no. You are correct. And Beethoven with the engine anti-ice. Excellent. Cool. So let's do the descent items. Flaps 30, auto brake 3. There's a recall check. All systems working. And then I want to check the minimum descent altitude here. So let's go to... Yeah, that's what I meant with the backtrack, right? So we land 1-4 and we have to backtrack. The runway width is 45 meters, so we can turn on the runway, that's fine. And then expedite vacating. Yeah, so Jacob, I mean, obviously autobrake 2 would mean you would probably need quite considerable amount more of landing distance. I mean, I can calculate that just so that you have a value for that. So let's go landing, autobrake 2, calculate. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, but Ghost, you see, that's a circling minimum, 2,000 feet. So I'm going to use that. Right. Yeah. No worries, Ghost. No, all good. All good. Okay, so let me go and find the minimum routes now. So if I look at the let's connect that again. Oh, there we go. It's connected. So currently we are situated here. We can see that we have some high terrain. So grid altitude is 10,300, 10,200, 10,300. Temperature-wise, not too bad. QNH-wise, a little bit more. So I'll take 12,000 as the lowest we can go until Papa Oscar Delta. And then Papa Oscar Delta, we're already in the MSA of 8,400 there. Okay. The lowest we're allowed to go from Podgorica to Sorak is 4,400. Okay. That's strictly speaking the lowest on the airway. Now here it says Sorak max to 50 knots and 5,000 above. Right, so from Podgorica to Sorak the lowest is 5,000, and also then to Olivo at also 5,000. And then from there, LOWW will do the arc to the localizer. Next one will be Gosud at 4,000. So ball note 3, max to 40 knots, down to 4,000. Then passing Gosud, we'll step down 2,600. And then at the TATS Tivat NDB, which is here, out of 2,600, we'll do the final descent down to the minimum of 2,000 feet. Podgorica. Amen, thank you. So, then, yeah, from there, as we mentioned, we'll continue on the localizer down to the 2,000 feet, and then 3 miles before the localizer DME distance, 3 miles, we'll turn the left towards that ridge line there, maintain 2,000,